Okay, well, hello and welcome to a very long overdue update for my 14-cylinder radial engine. I've had to wait years to get crankshaft parts and the rods made, and they have finally arrived a couple of months ago, so I've been able to assemble some of the engine, and I've stopped at this point to show you how the crankshaft was assembled, and I'll put the remaining parts on for you while you're watching so you see what's going on. So starting down the bottom of this engine, we've got a fuel rail here, and these are all the oil lines coming out of the central oil gallery in the middle of the engine here, and they all feed up to the rocker arrangements on this engine, 4-valve pushrod motor. And what I'm about to show you now on the top is exactly the same for the lower section with respect to the crankshaft. And if the cameraman comes around a bit, I can show you here that the crankshaft is in 4 pieces, and you can see 3 bolts here, and they bolt into another one of these on the other side. So it sandwiches a massive center bearing in here, and that bearing is captured in between the 2 crank halves to centralize the crank and hold it in position. So that's very easily taken care of now. I don't have to worry about my end bearing clearances. It's all done in the center held position, and my end bearings, as long as I've got clearance and there's no end load, that's fine. So it makes the whole assembly very easy. All these cylinders have been put on bar 2 at the moment, got the pistons and everything in. And once I put these other components on, then I can put the top half of the crankcase on, which is on the floor over here, and put the other cylinders on. At this stage I don't have the cam plates, so I'm going to put the engine back onto the engine frame and just leave it like that until I get the rest of the parts, and in the meantime I'll start on the wiring and the ECU. So the next part of the crankshaft is the rods. So just show you here this beautiful assembly of the master rod and link rods. Beautifully done, all CNC machined out of solid billet, EN25. So that pops on here. So just spread the rods around, get them into the recesses, and there it is. Now the end part of the crankshaft is centered and aligned on these 2 dowels here, and it's the same at the other end except there's only 1, but because this is the drive end we've put in 2. Makes it very strong, and I don't have to worry about alignment because it's all done all at once. So here we go. The chisel's in the end of it to just open the 2 lugs here so that there's clearance for it to go over the end of the crankshaft. And there it goes. As easy as that. Just pull that out, and all I have to do now is put the 2 bolts in, tension it, and she's all good. That's swinging nice and free there. So that's about as much as I can tell you. It's all pretty dismal because I've had to wait so long to get these parts, but I just thought I'd give those who are interested an update, and I'm still very pleased to have your interest. It's always good, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime in the future when these cam plates get made, and I can show you what I've done there and how I put them in, and the gearing and the direction and everything else. So look forward to seeing you then, and again, thanks for your interest. Cheers.